We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. Charlie Chaplin. Movies are a fad. Audiences really want to see live actors on a stage. Charlie Chaplin. We might as well die as to go on living like this. Charlie Chaplin. I don't believe that the public knows what it wants. This is the conclusion that I have drawn from my career. Charlie Chaplin. Actors search for rejection. If they don't get it, they reject themselves. Charlie Chaplin. To help a friend in need is easy, but to give him your time is not always opportune. Charlie Chaplin. I went into the business for the money, and the art grew out of it. If people are disillusioned by that remark, I can't help it. It's the truth. Charlie Chaplin. I have no further use for America. I wouldn't go back there if Jesus Christ was president. Charlie Chaplin. Life is a tragedy when seen in close-up, but a comedy in long shot. Charlie Chaplin. Nothing is permanent in this wicked world, not even our troubles. Charlie Chaplin. Life could be wonderful if people would leave you alone. Charlie Chaplin. A tramp, a gentleman, a poet, a dreamer, a lonely fellow, always hopeful of romance and adventure. Charlie Chaplin. To truly laugh, you must be able to take your pain, and play with it. Charlie Chaplin. A man's true character comes out when he's drunk. Charlie Chaplin. I am at peace with God. My conflict is with man. Charlie Chaplin. Man as an individual is a genius. But men in the mass form the headless monster, a great, brutish idiot that goes where prodded. Charlie Chaplin. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Charlie Chaplin. What do you want a meaning for? Life is a desire, not a meaning. Charlie Chaplin. We think too much and feel too little. Charlie Chaplin. In the end, everything is a gag. Charlie Chaplin. This is a ruthless world and one must be ruthless to cope with it. Charlie Chaplin. Despair is a narcotic. It lulls the mind into indifference. Charlie Chaplin. Laughter is the tonic, the relief, the surcease for pain. Charlie Chaplin. I remain just one thing, and one thing only, and that is a clown. It places me on a far higher plane than any politician. Charlie Chaplin. Words are cheap. The biggest thing you can say is elephant. Charlie Chaplin. All I need to make a comedy is a park, a policeman and a pretty girl. Charlie Chaplin. Failure is unimportant. It takes courage to make a fool of yourself. Charlie Chaplin. I am for people. I can't help it. Charlie Chaplin. Remember, you can always stoop and pick up nothing. Charlie Chaplin. Only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Charlie Chaplin. The saddest thing I can imagine is to get used to luxury. Charlie Chaplin. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Charlie Chaplin. The glamour of it all. New York, America. Charlie Chaplin. All my pictures are built around the idea of getting in trouble and so giving me the chance to be desperately serious in my attempt to appear as a normal little gentleman. Charlie Chaplin. Why should poetry have to make sense? Charlie Chaplin. I'd sooner be called a successful crook than a destitute monarch. Charlie Chaplin. I do not have much patience with a thing of beauty that must be explained to be understood. If it does need additional interpretation by someone other than the creator, then I question whether it has fulfilled its purpose. Charlie Chaplin. I suppose that's one of the ironies of life, doing the wrong thing at the right moment. Charlie Chaplin. Love is life on a higher plane of existence, working through man to unite the forces of nature into a perfect whole. It is the merging force binding every element in existence into a perfect whole. Charlie Chaplin. My pain may be the reason for somebody's laugh. But my laugh must never be the reason for somebody's pain. Charlie Chaplin. We no longer need to fear arguments, confrontations or any kind of problems with ourselves or others. Even stars collide, and out of their crashing new worlds are born. Today I know that is life. Charlie Chaplin. Look up to the sky, you will never find rainbows if you are looking down. Charlie Chaplin.